Hi friends, in this video we are going to use arrays and loops in Java together. Now I'm going to use this website called CodingBat, and the interesting thing about this website is that you can write the code in the browser itself, and when you hit the button go it will save, compile and run your code. The problem that we're going to study is the following. We consider that we have an array of length 1 or more, and the array consists of integers, and the goal is to return the difference between the largest and the smallest values in this array. We're going to use two inbuilt functions, math.min and math.max. Math.min is going to return the smaller of two values v1 and v2, and math.max is going to return the larger of the two values. Now let's see how we can use loops and arrays together. First, we're going to declare three variables, min, max, and diff. Now min will store the minimum value of this array, max would store the maximum value of this array, and diff will be used to get the difference between max and min. Now, if we consider the first element of this array, which is num0, what we are going to do is we are going to save that first element in min. That means, if you look at the first element, and if there's only a single element, that has to be the minimum value of the array. Now, to find the minimum of all the elements of this array, what we are going to do is we are going to loop through this array. To do that, we are going to write a for loop. So the for loop has this particular syntax. So let me first write the for loop, and then I'll explain it to you. So we're going to write int I equals to 1, I less than nums dot length, I plus plus, and then I'm going to put this curly braces, press and enter. You'll see the end of the curly braces also appears. And then I'm going to write min equals math.min, and I'm going to put the two arguments min comma nums I. So let's try to understand this code. Now the for loop is going to loop through the entire array. Now what do I mean by it loops through the entire array? Now note that I is initially 1. And we declared this int I within the for loop, so it's a local variable that is only valid within this for loop. Now I is going to iterate till it's less than nums.length. Now nums.length is going to return the length of this array. So if you assume that the array length is 5, as long as I is less than 5, this loop is going to execute. Now I starts from 1, and note that at the very end we have I plus plus. So initially I has a value of 1. Then I plus plus will increment this value of I to 2. Then in the next iteration will increase it to 3, and so on and so forth. Now if we assume nums.length is 5, this loop will run till I equals 4. When I becomes 5, I is no longer less than nums.length, and hence it will exit this for loop. Now the goal is we start off from I equals 1. Now we have already stored the first element nums0 into min. This is because we're going to iterate through the rest of the elements and find the minimum value and then assign it to min. How do we do that? Now what we do is we use this math.min function, and what it does is we pass two arguments, min and nums I. Now min and nums I, we're going to compare between min and nums I, and whichever is minimum, we are going to assign that to min. So in the very first iteration, when I is 1, you see that min is nums0. So we are going to compare between nums0 and nums1. Whichever is least is going to be assigned to min. In the next iteration, I will be 2. And what we are going to do is we are going to compare the current minimum with nums2. Whichever is min will be assigned to this variable min. And this process is going to continue till we reach the end of the array. Now note that in Java, the array starts from 0, that is the index of the array starts from 0, and the last index is nums.length minus 1. That is why in the for loop, the condition is for I to run till I less than nums.length. So after this part of the code executes, we will have the minimum value stored in this variable min. Now, the next step is to find the maximum value. And we take a similar approach. We use max and we are going to assign nums 0 to max. Then once again, we're going to write the same code for int I equals 1, I less than nums.length I plus plus. Now, instead of using math.min, what we are going to use is math.max. So we're going to write max equals math.max. This is this inbuilt function, and we are going to pass max and nums I. Once again, the same logic is going to happen what happened in the previous for loop. That is, we're going to first have nums 0 assigned to max, and then each time we iterate through this for loop, what we are going to do is we are going to compare the current maximum with nums I, and whichever is greater is going to be assigned to max. Now once this for loop finishes executing, that is, you reach at this part of the code, we have determined what is the max and the min. Now we can store that value in diff. The way we get diff is max minus min. At this point, we have gotten the difference between the largest and smallest values of this array, so we can just return diff. Now, having done that, we just press this button go. You will see that the code runs, and in coding bat, there are some inbuilt test cases to test whether you've written the code correctly. Our code passes all these test cases, so our code is correct. So with this, I'll complete this video. If you like, do subscribe to my channel, like the video, and watch the rest of the videos in this playlist. Thank you.